Hi everyone, this is Timothy from MasterStack, back for another preview of an AppSumo deal. Today it's Attention Insight, and this one is aimed at anyone that has a website, does graphic design, or even just posts to social media networks, whatever image they want to get someone else's attention with, because Attention Insight has trained an AI, an algorithm, to generate a heat map of whatever you're giving to look at, and it will tell you how it's going to work when somebody looks at it. So you have an idea whether you need to improve your design, change the layout, and all of that. And it's really useful. Let's see a couple of examples on their website. And it integrates on websites and just also Adobe and Sketch. So you can, or even applications. So you can just use their Chrome extension to take a look at your website, and it will tell you where people look at and all of that. Or you can also just use this, plug it to the software where you can easily compare different designs so you can find the best one. Let's check on their website. So they've trained an artificial intelligence to look the same way a person would. So it's faster and much cheaper than having a case study for any of your designs and getting the feedback out of 20 people, 30 people. That you can see that the price scales very quickly. As you can see, they've done real eye tracking studies and they've integrated all of that into their own algorithms to provide realistic results at a very manageable price point. Let's look at the case studies. This one sounds good. Let's look at the showcase. For example, this one that looks at websites. So these are websites made with Elementor, so it's WordPress. And as you can see, you can use their Chrome extension to check what people are most easily going to look at. And as we can see here, they're going to look at this area here first, then and only at the end it gets down here. But this is very much the focus area of this part. As we can see here, this takes the majority of the focus. The logo at the top takes a tiny bit, so you can see it's there, but you don't really pay much attention to it. And the contact here, it's mostly ignored. And you also have a general clarity score of what you look at that tells you in general if a person would find it confusing or would easily find what they want to look at. So I think it's very cool, especially if you work by yourself or with few people, so you don't have much access to feedback and you don't really know how to look at these things because you're not a full-fledged designer maybe. So you're just picking up the slack, but you don't know these things yet. So you need somebody to nudge some feedback. And for that, I think this is really good. It's quite useful. So you can improve over time and make your design better and more impactful to the viewer. Whether it's a banner, an image on your social media, a website, everything is better if you can design it more clearly and you are able to focus the viewer's attention where you want it to. So let's say this software sounds interesting to us. Now we can look at the price. Their own price starts with 5 designs. So they have a free plan, but it's fairly limited at 5 looks. Design one means how many times it's going to do its thing. So it's 5 a month. As soon as you start paying, it gets fairly expensive. So I suppose this technology is not really freely available, so it has a cost on their part to use as well. It makes sense for it to be expensive, but for $100 per month, for each month, you spend $48 on their own plan. That's if you pay annually. If you pay monthly, that's $60. Now let's go for an AppSumo deal and see what we get and how much it costs us. So we can stack up to 10 codes, GDPR compliant. You can remove the branding if you get 3 or plus. Or on every end results you get with the heat map view, they will have their own branding unless you have 3. The features included are clarity score, benchmarks, attention heat maps, and percentage of attention. 6-month storage, I suppose you can download it, and comparison of that's what we just saw. So for $59 each stack, one stack gives you the same as the solo plan, as monthly wise. I think we are, we are all on the team plan. If we get the app, it just changes the designs per month and the user seats. That's the only change between 4 more stacks. And from 3 stacks onward, it's the branding as well. So we get 100 design per month per stack. What does it mean? It means whenever I use a attention insights tool, I get 1 use out of it. So if I have it look at a website, that's 1 design for that month. And I am not sure the repeat use, but I suppose if you do repeat use, it's because you changed things. So you would use another design. So that basically means you can use it 100 times per stack. And that's a fair price compared to their own pricing. This is actually quite convenient. So we are sold on the product. We want to try it out and see what it tells us, how to improve. They have documentation, they have a public roadmap. So these are all things that we really appreciate. And the plus is that since you're using their own AI algorithms, you don't need to put any code on your website, and you don't have to generate any data. You don't have to do an expensive case study. You can just use attention insight algorithm to get your own results. I think that's really, if it works as well as it says it does, that looks really a great way to get some quick feedback on any design we want to produce. It's fairly recent. I think it came down last week in AppSumo, and it's already gotten a fair amount of reviews, and they're mostly positive. So we are looking at something that could be a really useful product if you do any kind of design at all. And that means we're going to review it in a couple of days. Time to check it out. And I'll see you in a few days. Thank you for watching. If you liked, we'd appreciate if you subscribe to our channel for more videos to come, just like this one. See you. Bye-bye.